Welcome, Scott. Thanks for joining us today. Please begin by giving us a quick brief about yourself, your district, your role, and how long you've been a Breakthrough Coach practitioner.
Hi, Jill. I'm Scott Irwin, Director of Secondary Student Services in the Shoreline School District, just north of Seattle. I oversee secondary special education and counseling services at the district level. I've been a Breakthrough Coach practitioner since 2013 when I was a building principal.
Wow, so you have a bit of a history with this. So we've been talking about the practice of an executive giving up frontline control and instead allowing their secretary to act as their office gatekeeper. Please tell us how your secretary, Carol, practices being your gatekeeper every day.
Carol is amazing as my gatekeeper. She handles all of my incoming phone calls and everyone who stops by. She's a constant presence in my front office and is able to get people the help they need, from answering their questions to scheduling time with me on my calendar to directing them to the right person or department. Carol does all of this much more efficiently than I could ever do because people often call the district office when they don't know what else to do. So rather than having to wait days for me to return their call, visitors and callers get immediate assistance from Carol.
Sounds like she's really up the game in your department. So what kind of training and development did you provide Carol to build her confidence and capacity to be your gatekeeper?
At first, she didn't feel comfortable asking people for the reason why they wanted to speak with me. So I gave her some language she could use with parents and staff members. Is this about a student? What is your concern? I also worked with Carol to build her background knowledge and confidence, because the more she knows about a pressing issue or concern, the more support she can provide the staff members and parents who frequent our office.
What challenges did she initially face with this new role, and how did you deal with them?
Well, when paper or people happen to slip past Carol directly to me, as I sometimes do, I use that as an opportunity for us to talk through the situation so she understood my thinking and my decision-making process and would know how to handle those similar situations in the future. Managing demanding people who want me right now is always a challenge. I've coached Carol to hone her listening and supporting skills because that's what people really need when they show up here in a panic.
Yeah, it's not to be handling special ed for a whole district really is a pressure cooker from day to day. So you have to be well aware of how to handle people's concerns in that department. So what's been the net effect of having Carol be your gatekeeper for the last 3.5 years? How has her ability to gatekeep that department contributed to your ability to be out in classrooms and provide the leadership that your department needs now?
I trust you. I have said this over and over again to her because I truly trust her leadership to handle things. Carol has grown tremendously in her ability to gatekeep and navigate tricky situations, which has allowed me to be out in buildings for 2 days a week, supporting principals and teachers across the district. I can do this now and know that things won't fall apart because Carol has it handled in the office.
So what parting wisdom, Scott, do you have for our audience about empowering your secretary as your gatekeeper?
Carol and I work together as a team, and I make sure she knows her efforts are contributing to the overall success of our department. I regularly hear from folks about how grateful they are that Carol is in charge up front. Her willingness and ability to take on the gatekeeper role for me has really earned her glowing reviews in the eyes of others. And that's what I want, is to be able to coach, train, and develop my staff so that they do their jobs well.
Thank you, Scott, for joining us, and thanks for your contribution to the course.